Take two. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, and today, I'm your yarn host, Jennifer. It's not going real well with this video, guys, I'm just going to tell you, and the battery's probably going to die, because it says there's a quarter of it gone, and usually that means it's almost dead. I'm drinking pink water today. What is pink water? It's ice water with a little bit of Starburst strawberry sugar-free powder in there. Although I use the liquid today. Today, I'm featuring a local yarn shop in Huntsville, Alabama. Woo-woo! Alright, so if you know, last week, actually it's this week in current time, but last week in your time, I was staying in Huntsville, Alabama with my two guys, Little Man and Mr. Cinnamon, and I wanted to go to a local yarn shop. I like visiting local yarn shops along the way when we're traveling somewhere. And there are two local yarn shops that are listed on Google that are within 2 miles of the hotel we're staying at. And I looked them up online and I picked the one that I thought had more things that I might be interested in. And I still may go to the other one, but I'm not real positive on that. But today we are talking about, what is the name of that yarn shop, Lucas? I keep forgetting. Fiber Artwork. Fiber Artwork. It is in Huntsville. Alright. They are located right outside the mall. Like, it's crazy because usually every little yarn shop I have gone to has been kind of off the beaten path a little bit, and this one is right outside the mall, and it's in a cute little building that almost looks like a house. Now, I did not take pictures inside the building, and I'm going to tell you why. I went close to closing time because, as you know, we are traveling as part of Mr. Cinnamon. We're just traveling along with Mr. Cinnamon on his work trip. Shh. We are traveling with Mr. Cinnamon while he is on a work trip. And so we have to go according to his work schedule when he gets off. And a lot of the places around here close really early, like 4 and 5 o'clock. So that's work time. So we had to kind of squeeze in on our other daily adventures to go over there. I probably could have walked because I think it's 1.5 miles, but I didn't want to walk over there, Little Man. I didn't want to put him through that. I'm going to insert pictures in this video, but it's going to be pictures that I steal off of Google because we went in there close to closing time and she had inventory everywhere. So, first of all, the store is not super big. And there is a lot of product in her store. So, I'm a big girl, Mr. Cinnamon's a big guy, and she also had fresh boxes come in, and so there was stuff, inventory just everywhere waiting to be put away. So, I did not take pictures of the inside of her shop because I did not want that to be the representation of her store when I'm sharing with you guys what her store was like. Because I didn't want to, like there's stuff everywhere I was walking around it. Because that's what I experienced. But that, from what I've seen on her website, that's not an everyday thing. I just happened in there at a bad time. Okay? She had a lot of stuff come in. Her entire counter was filled with brand new stitch markers. And they were adorable. And so she was actually inventorying those when we came in. And getting them put into the computer and all of that. And so when I took my stuff up to purchase, she laid down paper on top of the stitch markers so that she could check us out and us purchase it without anything getting snagged or, pulled, because yarn can be sensitive. I also bought fluff from her, roving fluff. I call it fluff, okay? So my experience of the store started off like, it's very crowded, I'm very claustrophobic, but she had beautiful product in there. She had, and I kind of want to go back because she had a drop spindle that was just beautiful, and I want it. I kind of want to go back. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back before we leave town, but you're watching this next week. I'm filming this last week, so this already all happened. We're no longer in Huntsville by the time you see this. So I stopped in, and there were 2 people in there. It was I believe she was the owner, is Nina, and super nice. She was super nice, but she's busy. She's doing things, right? And she kept asking, did we need help? And I just wanted to browse, because when I go to a local yarn shop, first thing I do, I just want to look at everything. I want to do one pass through, and then on the second pass through, I start buying things that I want. And that's just the way that I shop. I want to do a once over, and then I go back. I'm like, okay, well, I saw something over here I like, and I look for local dyers. I want something that's coming from where we're at, especially if we're traveling. Even if we're not traveling, if I'm going up the road, I want to go get something that's local, either Virginia or Maryland. That's what I'm looking for. Or West Virginia or North Carolina is kind of local. Sorry, this is my 4th video today. I'm tired. I'm trying to do as much work as I can so that the rest of my week I can enjoy with my son. All right, so first of all, I was talking to Nina about this when we were checking out, because she's like, oh, she was really excited. We were from out of town, and she was very friendly, very welcoming, very hospitable. And I've experienced a lot of that in Huntsville. People are nice. The people at Joann's were not. I had conversations with people that were working. I had conversations with people that were just buying yarn. Everybody's been super friendly so far. I've really enjoyed this trip. And the same thing happened with Fiber Artwork. Is she was just really nice, and she invited me to come to their stitch night the next night, which I'm not able to go because I have little man. And if you guys don't know, little man has ADHD. He requires a lot of attention, and he requires a lot of things to keep him occupied, to keep him out of trouble. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. He requires a lot of attention, and I would not be able to leave him to go do that. And it's just better that, this is about our family. It's our family spending time together. That's the whole point of this trip. I would have loved to go, but I knew that I was not going to be able to make it. So, with that being said, I did a once around the shop as best I could, because like I said, there was a lot of inventory I went towards the end of the day. That's my own fault, right? So I'm walking around things that are on the floor. And she had, first of all, when I go to a yarn shop, first thing I look for is color. And that's one of the things I talked to her about, is like, I purposely skip the yarn shop that is closest to me. One of the reasons I've told you, I don't like the atmosphere in that yarn shop. It is very pro knit and is not pro any other crafting. They're very bougie in there, and like, we only have Rowan yarn, which Rowan is overpriced, okay? I'm just gonna say that. It's overpriced for little tiny balls. You gotta buy 800 balls. I don't like Rowan. It's soft, yes. It's pretty, yes. Can I get the same fibers in another brand? Yes. But also, I have felt very uncomfortable in that store several times going in there, because they know who I am and they whisper behind my back a lot, and I don't like that. But also, my main thing, they don't have color, okay? Everything is dark jewel tones in that store. They don't have variegated. It's like, oh, royal blue and royal purple and emerald green. That's not Cinnamon Stitches. Cinnamon Stitches likes neons, okay? I like color. I like rainbow is my favorite color. So, just saying. I love rainbow. I love color. I like bright, cheery colors. I like variegateds. And she absolutely had that in her store. Like, absolutely had that in her store. And it's like, everywhere you look, there's color. And she also had a kitchen sale. So in her building, there was a little tiny kitchenette. And there's a sign above it that says everything in the kitchen is on sale. And so there was yarn, and it was a kitchenette. It was like about the size of the hotel kitchen, And there was yarn. There was Wonderland yarn was in there for like 25% off. And it killed me not to buy Wonderland yarn, because I love Wonderland yarn. But I was borrowing money from Mr. Cinnamon, because I ain't got paid at this point, right? So I wouldn't have spent like if I had gotten paid already. You guys already know how that goes. Cinnamon Stitches didn't get her paycheck yet, but I'm not about to spend all his money. People next door are making a lot of noise. One of the fun things about staying in a hotel. The little man said they have a lot of kids next door, but I haven't heard anything, so I just hear in and out a lot and knocking, and their door is butt up next door, so I had to stop and go check because it sounded like housekeeping. That's what I thought I heard, but that's not it. She said it's just me. I thought she said housekeeping. All right, I'm gonna have to change my battery in a minute. So anyway, I went into the kitchen, and these were both in the kitchen. All right, but also she's got an entire wall, and I'm gonna steal a picture from Google because I couldn't get a proper angle because there's a table in that room, but also there was somebody working in that room, and there was boxes of inventory in that room. Yeah. I couldn't reach the wall of fluff like I would have loved to, but she did have where I could reach fluff. So I did get some fluff. I call it fluff. It's roving. It's used to spin on my spinning wheel or on my drop spin wheel. And then I asked, where's the local dyers? And she pointed me to this. So I'm going to show you everything I bought in detail, but I wanted to share my experience with you of the store. First of all, the store is really cool, and there's a lot of really cute stuff in there to look at and touch, and like, you know, lots of beautiful fibers. And she had stuff for spinning because she's a spinner. She has an e-spinner, which is an electronic spinner, which is really cool, but those things scare me because I'm so new to spinning. There's fluff flying in the air. Got it. Shh. So I had a really good experience in the store. I would love to go in the store when she wasn't doing inventory and just walk around a little more freely, but she had stuff for every craft, and I've watched some of her videos on her Facebook before I ever went into her store. She doesn't know I researched her, okay? I didn't tell her that. She has crafters of all types in her store, so she was doing a live unboxing of something, and she was pulling, I think it was the Wonderland yarn, she was pulling out, all of which I had the colors already. So I was like, I'm staying away from Wonderland, even though it's on a really good sale, because I have these already. I don't need more. But she had people in the background of her videos doing different varying crafts. And I love seeing that because I've been to a couple of stores that are local yarn shops, and they're very much just, we're knitters. And if you're not a knitter, like, we're still going to say you're a knitter. Like, I've said this before, crochet takes up 30% more yarn to make the same size garment or project than knit. I'm also fat, so I'm gonna buy more yarn because I crochet primarily. I do knit. I like knitting sometimes, but I love crochet. I'm gonna buy more yarn because I'm a crocheter and because I'm fat. You should be catering to me over the knitters, right? I'm not dogging knitters. But when a store is like, oh, they're bougie about the knitting, you know, like, oh, and they look down on other crafters, I don't like that. Because I don't do that. I don't look down on anybody. I think all yarn art is fantastic, and those are the type of stores I gravitate towards. If they have a wall of crochet hooks next to a wall of knitting products, I'm here for it. Okay, if they have spinning supplies, I'm extra here for it because that's my new hyperfixation, right? I love spinning. So I just really enjoyed her store, and she was really nice, and I had a really good conversation with her. She was very welcoming, inviting. I was talking about my spinning wheel, and I told her I just got a new spinning wheel, and I kind of was like, it was sent to me from a subscriber. She's all, do you have a website? I was like, I have a YouTube channel. While I'm talking, she's all, what's your name on YouTube? I was like, Cinnamon Stitches. She opens it up and subscribes to me, and she goes, I'm gonna tell all my friends about you. I said, well, that's all right. I'm gonna tell all my friends about you. And here we are. So she was super nice. Her name was Nina. I will put all her links. If you're anywhere near Huntsville, Alabama, is a really cool store to stop in. She had a lot of product at a lot of varying prices. Everything you see here, I think, was just over $100. Now, if you know anything about yarn, you know that yarn is expensive, especially when it comes in a hank form. Okay? So, $100. It may have been $120. Really, really good deal. Okay, now I don't have the receipt. Mr. Cinnamon paid because I borrowed the money from him, and also when I was leaving. Okay, sweetest thing ever. Like I said, she was very welcoming. She invited me to come back for Stitch Night. You know, she invited me to come back and visit. Welcoming. And she was very helpful and friendly and just nice, which I don't get that often, you know. And I even went to another shop. I went to the Spinnery in Smoky Mountain, and she was nice, and I had a wonderful time there. But she didn't care that I was a podcaster. She didn't subscribe to my channel right away. Like, and that's nothing against her. It's just like it was over the top at Fiber Artwork. Okay. And when I'm leaving, she's all, wait a minute. I need you to have something to remind you of Alabama. As she walks around her desk and she goes and snatches this off the wall. Battery change. And she grabs this off the wall and she goes, it doesn't say Huntsville on it or nothing, but it's Alabama. And she ripped the price tag off and handed it to me. She goes, take this. And I was like, who does that? That is so sweet. So it's a Christmas ornament, which will memorialize our cute little trip to Huntsville, Alabama. It's the state of Alabama in knit stitches, which I love it. It's just a cute little wood ornament with a leather tag. And she gave that to me as a way to remember her and the store in Huntsville. And it touched me a lot that she did that. It really did. All right, now I'm going to show you what I purchased because it's glorious. All right, I have never had any of these yarns. Never even heard of some of them. These were in the clearance kitchen. All right, they probably need to be rehanked a little bit because they're looking a little sad, but that's all right because I got no problem. So this one is Vocabulary Yarn. I think I saw Vocabulary Yarn at the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival, but I'm not positive on that. But I feel like I've heard of Vocabulary Yarn somewhere. And so this is 100% superwash merino. It's 181 yards. The regular price was $24, but it's highlighted and it was in the kitchen. And I don't know if it was 25% off, but it was a percentage off. It was either 25 or 40% off is I think what they had on sale. And see, this one has pink on it. This one has yellow. So these were in the clearance kitchen. All right. It's coming off again?
Yep.
It only sticks on one side, so if you pop it in one hole, it won't pop in the other hole. Okay?
Okay.
I don't know why.
I think it was meant to be like that, right?
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't see... Okay, so it says it's Delicate Aran, and the color is Tide Pool. So Delicate is probably the yarn base, and it's Aran weight. And when I'm shopping for yarn, the past couple of months, I have a lot of fingering weight yarn. So I'm trying to focus more on thicker yarns. Just so that I have, because I don't work with fingering that often. I mean, I've been working with fingering a lot the past couple of weeks, but like generally I work with, DK weight is my favorite. DK weight is my favorite. All right. So this is the, I don't know what is happening with, we got a loose fiber. I think I fixed it, maybe. This is the color Tide Pool. It has beautiful shades of like, I don't want to call, it's like seafoam green. Hang on. Sometimes we gotta turn the light off to see. With browns. This is just beautiful, and this absolutely screams Tide Pool. I'm gonna fold it in half so we can see more of the colors. It's got like a cream base with seafoam green and browns, which is making me think of like starfish and mussels, and it's just so pretty. It smells sweet. So I bought that. Oh, that's part of the problem. I'm gonna rehang it up so it looks part of fold. And then, I feel like I'm in the dark because it's so much darker in this corner than my camera's showing. I saw this, and I thought the colors kind of went together. Tuck in all your little pieces. Isn't that pretty? That's vocabulary yarn. And then this one was also in the clearance bin. Or it wouldn't have been. It was a whole kitchen. I gotta turn my light back on so I can see. 100% ultra fine superwash merino. Made in Germany. This is Feinheit. Regular price is $30, and it's just a beautiful aqua color. That's pretty darn accurate. Isn't that beautiful? Now, whether or not these are going to go together, that remains to be seen. It's got the Okotek standard on it. This is mostly in German, so I'm trying to I'm trying to read to you as much information as I can. It doesn't say. It doesn't look like it's fingering weight. It might be DK weight. 100 grams equals 360 meters. Interruptions aplenty. So I bought those because they were in the clearance section and I thought they were really beautiful colors. And I'm kind of leaning towards aqua and turquoise and all those colors, which is where the fluff comes in. Now, if you remember, I bought beautiful turquoise fluff from Smoky Mountain Spinnery in Tennessee last week. Well, 2 weeks ago now. But I saw sparkly fluff and I just grabbed what she had of the sparkly fluff. Like I said, I couldn't reach the fluff wall because there was a table and there was lots of just containers of inventory back there. And so I'm not trying to fall and hurt myself. You guys know I'm a klutz. I've already broken my leg and my arm at this point this year. So I'm not trying to fall. So I stayed clear of the fluff wall for the most part. But I did get myself some of the most gorgeous fluff I have ever seen. It's so pretty. These are 3 different colorways. I don't know how much I paid for these either because they're by weight. So she weighs them and I don't know. I didn't see a price, how much it was per, but fluff is not generally real expensive. So like I said, I don't know what I paid for it. I just paid for it. This one is beautiful oceanic colors. There is blues and greens and silver sparkles. Turn that off. Yeah, see, that light works excellent. Turn it off and that is perfect. That is a perfect representation. So there's bits of, this is not showing up real true to color, but this is like a light olive green and then a more darker green. And then there's just beautiful turquoise and blue colors in there with some gray mixed in. Just stunning.
Mama.
Not to be confused with this one, which also has that beautiful turquoise color and gray in it. But there's like a reddish orange color and it still has some of the greens in there. It's just beautiful. And that silver sparkle.
Hey, Mama, look at the playmat.
I can't see over the table, baby. So I got those, and then I got this, which is different variants of grays. And there's a little bit of like a bluish gray in there and like a more of a pinky gray is mixed in there. It's just beautiful. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna have so much fun. And honestly, I don't know what these were in bins. So I don't even know. I know it's some sort of wool. That's all I know. We got those. And then I asked her after I purchased that, I was like, do you have a local dyer here? Like, what's local? And that's when the whole conversation starts. She's all, oh, well, welcome. You're not local. Where are you from? And then we talked. And then I asked again, I was like, do you have local dyed, like local sourced wool or yarn? And she's all, yeah, this wool right here. And it's Bird's Nest Stitchery. which again, never heard of her. She said she's here in, I think she said Alabama. Hand dyed in Madison, Alabama. And I picked this one because I thought it was very pretty. This actually reminds me of Juju. Kind of Little Man too. Little Man's favorite color is red, in case you don't know. But also my daughter loves everything and anything strawberry, cherry, lemon. Like she's a fruity kind of kid. Okay. She's not a kid. She's almost, oh, by the time you see this, it will have already passed her birthday, so she's going to be 19. Her birthday is June 23rd. So I saw this. I guess it reminds me of both of my kids. My birth kids anyway. This does not remind me of my niece daughter. Oh, that's very cool. Can I show the camera? You can show the camera. He made a play mat with his rockets from the Rocket Center. All right, so like I said, this is Bird's Nest Stitchery. Click that light off again because it's hindering too much. The light is directly like right here above the camera, so it's blowing everything out. This is Shiny Celadon is the base. It is 438 yards. It's fingering weight. It's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. Stellina is the sparkles. Machine wash gentle, tumble dry low, hand wash, lay flat to dry for best results. This is the colorway Cheer, like cheerleading or cheer. Kind of, I think this is supposed to be Christmassy colors because it's called Cheer, so it's holiday cheer, and there's red and green. But what really this makes me think of is cherries, cherry trees, red cardinals sitting in a tree. That's what this reminded me of. So to me, this is not at all Christmassy. You see the reds and the greens. And there was 2 of these on the shelf, and one of them had a lot more of the deep red, whereas the other one looked more along the lines of this. It was very like washed out, faded, which is common with hand-dyed yarns. You'll get 2 that were even dyed in the same pot, and they look totally different. And then right outside the register, she had so this is 100 grams. She had 50 gram skeins. She said they were part of a Mother's Day bouquet, and she separated them because they didn't sell. And I was like, yeah, but they match my yarn. So this was $30. This was 2 for $30. So I got 3 for 60 bucks. And this is going to make something absolutely just like the 3 of these colors together, right? The only thing that would make it better is if she had green, but I didn't see any just green. And I don't know, I think green would have made it too Christmassy, you know? So the little bit of green in here, it's going to be a beautiful fade project. So these are 50 grams. These are 219 yards. This one's 438. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just shy of 900 yards. And these colors are beautiful. So this lighter colored one is called Strawberry Juice, which reminds me of Juju, and is really, really sparkly. It's not showing up as sparkly as it is. This one's called Cherry Pie. Again, my daughter loves strawberries, cherries, and lemons. Very sparkly. The 3 of them are sparkly together. Beautiful. And they're all from Bird's Nest Stitchery. So, Cheer, Cherry Pie, and Strawberry. I'm really excited to make up something with this. I just think it's going to be so pretty. I can make a shawlette. I can make a shawl. I could make a little poncho, like a little ponchito, if you will. I could probably make a really lacy top with that. Can you please not mess with my lights? But yeah. I'm going around turning the lights on and off. All of that I got from her shop. And like I said, if by chance I get paid before we leave town, I'm probably going to stop back in there and buy the, I keep wanting to call it a dreidel. It's not a dreidel. A drop spindle. That she had because it was gorgeous. It was only like $38. And it was like, it looked like hand carved, and it was just, it was beautiful. Is like that dark wood that I love, you know, and watch me go back and it not even be there, and then I'll have to, you know, look at the yarn again. But if I don't get paid and you don't see it in a future video, you will know that I didn't make it back to our store before we left town. But because we're really close to leaving as I'm recording this, which is why I'm recording all these videos today. All these week's videos have been recorded today because I'm trying to get it done so that next week I can just spend time with him and have mommy son time and maybe work on some projects that I'm trying to finish up, because I'm working on I'm still trying to work on my top. This is MJ's off the hook pattern, but I'm still trying to finish my top, my Viscountess top. So we'll see if I'm able to finish that before the next leg of the trip. But yeah, check her out. I don't know if she has a website. Let's see if she has a website. Because some shops don't have online stores. I wish they all did, but not all of them do. Ooh, there is a virtual tour of her shop on their website. So if you want to see more detail what her shop looks like, go to the website.
Link in description.
Yeah, the link will be in the description.
Just click on the title and you'll be in the description.
She does not have an online store, but I'm sure most of these places that don't have an online store, if you see something, you can call them up and say, hey, I would like to purchase this. Can I order it over the phone or whatever? A lot of places will do that. But if you're anywhere in Huntsville, go tell Nina I said hi. Cinnamon Stitches said, what's up? Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. This trip has been really fun. Yeah. I really have enjoyed it. And I think this is probably going to be the last video from Huntsville. And thank you so much for joining me for our trip and our adventure and all of our special time. Like I said, I'm totally stealing other people's pictures. I'm going to clip it onto the end for you to look at. But go, there's a virtual tour on their website if you really want to have a detailed look of their shop. And from me and Little Man, we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.